Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Behind a dominant 50-point performance from Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Milwaukee Bucks are now the champions of the NBA. Jalen Rose, what did you think about this historic performance from Giannis?
I'm glad you mentioned the term historic, because let me take you back to where this started. 2013, the Milwaukee Bucks are in the playoffs. Young Buck Brandon Jennings says Bucks in 6 as they're about to play the Miami Heat. They get swept that series. He gets traded that offseason to my Detroit Pistons. You know what else they did that offseason? They drafted Giannis in June and acquired Middleton in July. In that season, they were 15-67. They needed to win 16 games in this year's playoffs in order to win the championship. So to talk about a maturation of two guys on a team that found a way to endure the turbulence and to achieve their ultimate goal. And for Giannis, you alluded to it, did it in so many different facets. And we're here to make sure we break it down for you every way. First off, let's talk about points in the paint and not settling. Came back game 1, he was a game time decision. We didn't know he was gonna play. Game 2 and 3, back-to-back 40s and 10. Game 4, signature block on Ayton. Game 5, signature alley-oop from Drew Holiday. And Game 6, historic performance. The points, the rebounds, the assists, and please, 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 before I get to the free throws, let's show some of those blocks. He was standing underneath the rim, and it reminded me of watching Kareem footage and/or Wilt footage when they were guarding a guy and he would shoot and they would block the guy that they were guarding. Just block him right in front of the hoop. And not only did he block 5 or 6 shots, I don't know what the stats said, he contested, changed, and goaltended maybe like another 5 shots. His effort was something that I had not seen. He gave everything that he had. He was dead tired so many times. I saw him slump over, hold his shorts because he wanted it so very bad. And in the post game, he acknowledged something that we are going to talk about as this off season and next season progress. That all rings aren't created equal. In today's landscape of players controlling their narrative, and I love that, whether it's with their voices or social media, they get to do that, we get to do that. But you know what you don't get to do? Tell the fans and the media how to feel about it. And there's something to be said for how Dirk was able to get it done with the Dallas Mavs.
Well,
he alluded to that at the post-game press conference.
Let's listen to Giannis Antetokounmpo after winning the championship.
This is my city, you know, they trust me, they believe in me, they believe in us. Even when we were lost, the city still was like on our side. And, you know, obviously I wanted to get the job done, you know, but that's my stubborn side. Like, it's easy to go somewhere and go and win a championship with somebody else. It's easy. I could go, I don't want to put anybody in the spot, but I could go to a super team and, you know, just do my part and win a championship, still won. But this is the hard way to do it, and this is the way. And we did it. We did it. We did it, man.
You can tell it just hits different. It hits different when you do it that way. When you stick with one team and you don't join other superstars. You mentioned Dirk and you mentioned the Heat. How do you think that this particular title compares?
You acknowledged it. It's one thing to come from fans and media. It's another thing to come from the only player besides Hakeem Olajuwon and Michael Jordan to be Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and regular season MVP in Giannis Antetokounmpo. And here are a couple of buzzwords that he used. My city. He said it was easy to team hop. He said, I wouldn't join a super team because all I have to do is just basically play a role and I could get a ring. And he owned it. And like I told you going into the season, one of the more brilliant things that Giannis did is he re-signed with the team. So now that takes pressure off of Coach Bud, who was under the hot seat if they didn't get to the finals or win a championship. But it also takes pressure off Chris Middleton. It allows him now to be the closer. That's the chess move that the Milwaukee Bucks employed this entire season that they hadn't done in the past. And for Giannis, he said it again. That's basically LeBron going to Miami. It's basically KD going to the Warriors, and him saying, well, I watched the journey of somebody like Dirk, who did it with one team, or Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant. There are players who were fortunate enough to do it. Now, it's still about getting it done, but don't underestimate this, the my city part. The my city part. Kevin Durant was at a parade, and his general manager, Bob Myers, even made a joke about basically him not being there when they built it. This is not coming from me. This is exactly how it went down. And as we saw that transpire, we knew that that would always be Steph Curry's city, along with Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. So in my opinion, that was part of the impetus for KD saying, I want to go somewhere else and establish that I can win a championship, in this case, with the Nets, something that he's hoping to achieve with James Harden and Kyrie Irving on the squad.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.